The last time RASHEED, Broadbell and Holloway competed in Switzerland, Holloway was given his first spanking for the 2024 season. Now, both men meet again tomorrow, the 5th of this month in Zurich, Switzerland. Who do you think will win? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drop a video each once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button and finally leave your thoughts. So, ready? Yep, good to go. Well, listen. I must concede that this race was very entertaining. MONDO, Duplantis, KARSTEN, Warholm race over the 100 meters in Zurich today, the 4th of September. And let me tell you something, people. Duplantis have some legs on them, man. Him can run. Okay, let me break that down into English. He ran a surprisingly fast 100 meter. Given the fact that this gentleman is not a sprinter, and this could explain why he's able to break all these world records in the pole vault. I guess he's able to convert that very, very fast speed into height. As World Athletics themselves posted, MONDO gets it in 10.37 seconds of 100 meters, the pole vault world record holder. MONDO Duplantis stuns the 400 meter hurdles world record holder, KARSTEN Warholm, in the 100 meters to settle it all showdown in Zurich. Here was that race.
It all here. KARSTEN versus MONDO. Duplantis gets the best start as expected, but Warholm is right there with him. Duplantis is not giving this up though. Warholm tried to chase him down, but Duplantis continues to go away. Duplantis gets it.
Now, one would have thought that Warholm would have had the natural advantage here, but listen to me, I am not kidding. Duplantis laid it down. 10.37 people for a pole vaulter. That is extremely fast. That is no joke fast for a pole vaulter. Come on, that's really, really fast. The other thing I want to say very, very quickly is that I kind of like this concept. It was very entertaining, very exciting, and it would be nice if World Athletics does this with some more unexpected combinations. It would be really, really kind of cool. You know, it would be nice to see Noelaz racing against Kishane Thompson, just the two of them over a flat 100 meters. What do you think? Tell me your opinion in the comments below. Now, all hell broke loose when World Athletics announced that they were inviting Sydney McLaughlin to perform at the Brussels Diamond League in both the 400 and 200 meters. I mean, people lost their minds for the obvious reason, which is many persons thought that this was preferential treatment. She would have been running in lane number 9. Now, apparently, the fact of the matter is that World Athletics does have the right to do this. The spots that are competed for coming up to the Diamond League finals is really the first 8 spots, but there's a 9th lane in Brussels, and if they choose to have someone run in that 9th lane, then by all means they have a right to have that person run, and they decided to invite Sydney McLaughlin. Now, personally speaking, my immediate response to that was no. It just felt unfair and preferential, and they eventually relented. They relented under the pressure of everyone saying, no, this is not right, this is just not fair. Everybody has to work their tail off to get to this thing, and you just invite her and she can come and actually win. So I thought that was a good move. It says that World Athletics is listening to the fans, and they're listening to the coaches and everyone else. It was an interesting idea, however. I mean, if it was an invitational race that they had just invited, I don't know, 8 other athletes, and they would have just ran, and it had nothing to do with the Diamond League final itself, cool, that would have been entertaining. But this kind of preferential thing, you know, I personally have a problem with it. I keep saying, with all due respect, every time I see Noelaz run onto the track and go, wah, wah, I really have a problem with this, because he's distracting the other athletes, and it is preferential treatment, no matter what we say. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So to clarify, Sydney McLaughlin's invitation by World Athletics to run at the Brussels Diamond League has been rescinded. She will not be competing in the 400 and 200 meters. And I think that was a good decision. Now, tomorrow at the Zurich Diamond League, several Jamaicans will be in action, including young Rashawn Clark. Clark lines up in the men's 400 meters hurdles against Alison Dos Santos, Carson Warholm, and a few others. I do believe that this young man has the opportunity, he has a chance of making the top three here. This young man, Rashawn Clark, is an incredible athlete. He's a junior, he's still very, very young. He holds the junior record in this event, and I think he's one for the future. He's an immense talent. Looking forward to see what he does tomorrow. And of course, you know, we'll have you covered here at Peter Lloyd World, my Royals. Also in Zurich tomorrow, Jamaica's Anjanette Knight, as well as Genevieve Russell, not to mention the remarkable Rochelle Clayton and Cheyenne Salmon take on Anna Cockrell in the women's 400 meter hurdles tomorrow in Zurich at the Zurich Diamond League. Now, Shamir Little should be mentioned. She's also in this. She's a factor. And the last time all these women met up without Rochelle Clayton, this was what happened. Anna Cockrell, of course, took the win in 52.59 with a fast closing. Cheyenne Salmon taking second in 53.20. Shamir Little, I don't know what's going on with me today, came third in 54.15 with Genevieve Russell taking fifth in 54.90.
Lead as the stagger unfolds. Russell has got work to do. Salmon is in pursuit, but Cockrell is away here. 2 to go. Nicely over the penultimate barrier. Salmon is coming back at her hard. Has she left it too late? Nicely over the last flight. Cockrell, let's keep an eye on the clock. 52.43, the meeting record. It's just outside. 50.
I must concede that I believe Rochelle Clayton will make a difference to this lineup. Now in the men's long jump, Kerry McLeod alongside Tajay Gale and the other Jamaican, Wayne Pinnock. They also will be competing in the men's long jump tomorrow at the Zurich Diamond League. I'm expecting big things from these three amazing young men. Daniel Williams, the defending world champion, takes on the Olympic champion, Masai Ross of the United States, as well as France's Serena Samba Mayela, and of course the bronze medalist from this year's Paris Olympic Games, the remarkable Jasmine Camacho Quinn, plus Visa of this is going to be a great women's 100 meter hurdles. Jamaica's Akira Nugent will not be contesting, but I believe the Jamaican will do very well, meaning of course Daniel Williams. Devin Charlton is also, I believe, lined up in this one, so I'm really I'm in love 100 meter hurdles, so I'm excited. The last time we saw Danielle Williams was in Silesia in the women's 100 meters, where she took third in 12.38 seconds.
Little twitch there, I thought, from Nugent in lane 5, but they're away well. There's not a lot in it at the moment, going really well. There's Nugent in 5. She's gradually forging her way into the lead here. Nugent, if she can hold it together these last couple of flights, and she does, wins it by the best end.
Nugent will not be in this race. She did run a meet record in Silesia of 12.29. Now, the big one. Yep, I'm talking about RASHEED Broadbell versus Grant Holloway tomorrow in the Zurich Diamond League. Now, these men have been battling it out over the men's 110 meters hurdles recently. And you know, our theory is that Broadbell and Parchment are the only two men who have consistently beaten Grant Holloway. I don't care what anybody says. The proof is in the pudding. And as I've stated, RASHEED, as the first time they met, once Broadbell was back to his best. Remember, Broadbell did have surgery early this year and was recovering even at the Paris Olympic Games. When they first met up, Broadbell handed the world champion and Olympic champion in men's 110 meters hurdles, Grant Holloway, his first spanking, his first beaten, his first loss for the 2024 season in this event. So tomorrow, the Zurich Diamond League, which takes place, I think, at 12 o'clock Jamaica time tomorrow. Grant Holloway will take on RASHEED Broadbell once again, as well as HANSLE PARCHMENT. Daniel Roberts will also be there. So those will be the 4 men to beat. And I believe, of course, the race will be between Grant Holloway and RASHEED Broadbell once more. As I said, RASHEED Broadbell at the Lausanne Diamond League handed Broadbell his first loss for the 2024 season.
Holloway away very nicely indeed. Also going well is Simonelli. Simonelli's got a bit of work to do now. Roberts is coming back at him as well. Broadbell hasn't got a response this time. Parchment coming into it as well.
And a few days after, when both men met once again, in this instance, Holloway won in 13:04 to Broadway's 13:05, a season's best. That's how close this was. I can't find a video of this race, people, but here is the picture of them on the line. That is how close this race was. So the question is, who is going to win tomorrow? And my money, as it always is on RASHEED Broadbell. I think Broadbell is just going to get faster and faster. As I said, once Broadbell fixes his start, Holloway will never be able to beat him again in a race. I've been saying this for 2 years, and when my American friends come here, the American Royals, some of them get very emotional, but I don't get emotional about this stuff. The proof is in the eating of the pudding. People, every time Grant Holloway is at his best, Broadbell is at his best, and they race, and if Broadbell gets a decent enough start, Holloway never beats him. He just never beats him. This has happened repeatedly over and over. Not once, not twice. So it's not a buck up. Jamaicans, when they say a buck up, if you're not a Jamaican, what it really means is by accident, or it's some fluke. He's done this consistently, as has HANSLE Parchment when it's at his best. So I don't care what anybody says. I really do believe if Grant Holloway has a brain cell in his head, and he does, he's a very intelligent gentleman. Once he's in a race with these two gentlemen, he gets a little antsy. He understands how amazing these people are, just as though they understand how amazing Grant Holloway is. So my money is on RASHEED Broadbell winning tomorrow in Zurich Diamond League. And I believe HANSLE Parchment will be right there. Once our Jamaicans are at their best, it's almost impossible to beat them, particularly Broadbell. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. I would love to hear your thoughts. Now, don't forget to support us. We do have a merchandise site if you want to support us. I know it's back to school time, but whenever you're off the mind to support the channel, we'd really love and appreciate of it. We have something very, very special that we're going to be announcing very soon. Very, very special. Something that I've wanted to do now for about 2 years, but it's time to do it. So I'm super excited. You will get the information as soon as we are ready to drop it on you. So support the channel as much as you can, and thank you for being here. That's also supporting us. You want to keep supporting us, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, and remember, you are royals, kings and queens. Bless us.